Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you an overview, playthrough, and review of Alien Frontiers Edition X. So this is this will be going straight to retail. Just want to say that. So this is a worker placement game where you're trying to get the most points on the scoring track. I didn't know if it was called something special. And you're doing this by placing your ships, which are dice in your player color, on the different areas on the board that allow you to do specific things. You're trying to build new ships or more ships over here in the shipyard. You're able to, if you have 2 dice of the same number, you can place it there, pay a fuel and an ore to gain another one of your dice from the shipyard into the maintenance bay. That won't be available to the beginning of your next turn, but it gets you another dice. So you have a total of 6 dice that you could have if you build those 3 additional dice. However, you will be losing dice each time you build a colony on the terraforming station. If you have a dice that's a value of 6, you can, and as long as you have 3 or more ships, or 4 or more ships, sorry. You can never do that if you have 3 or less ships. So you have to have at least 4 or more ships to do so. You put a 6 there, you pay a fuel and an ore, and you get to place one of your colonies on your choice of territories. When you do so, if you have the majority, which I do in this instance, you take that territory. At that point, I will gain the benefit from it. And then you get 1 point for each colony you place and 1 point for each territory that you have control of. You can easily lose that. We battled throughout our last game. If Anthony placed his there, I would lose it. It goes back here. I go back 1 on the scoreboard, and he would go up 1 just for his colony that he has on the board. If he placed another one there, then he would go up 1 for having another colony, and he would get majority, and he would go up that 1 for having majority. So you're constantly going back and forth for those. And there's also, you get a point for controlling the positron field, which is, I think, the orange, isn't it? We didn't actually end up using those because our cards never came out that gave us that advantage. Let me see which color is the positron field.
I think it's the orange.
I think it is the orange. Let's see. No, it's the green. So the green is the positron. The orange is the isolation. And purple is the repulsor. And these are called the field generators. And we never got the opportunity to play with those because they're controlled by the alien tech cards, and we just didn't have any come out, or we didn't use that ability. They may have been on the cards, but there's several things you can do on those cards. We mostly used the ability that was on top of the card. So basically your main goal of this game is to collect enough resources to be able to put all 8 in a 2-player game. You get all 8 colonies. In a 3-player game, I think you get 7. It goes down. It's in the book for each player count that you have. But in a 2-player game, you get all 8 colonies in your player color. And the game ends immediately when someone places their 8th and last, or I should say their final colony on one of the territories. You can obtain this dice, it's the relic ship dice, if you have control of the Burroughs Desert. So if you have control of that, you could pay 1 fuel and 1 ore to purchase that. It goes directly into the maintenance bay, so you get that at the beginning of your next turn. If you lose it by either using it in the terraforming station, instead of going to the supply, it goes back here in the middle. Whereas if you still have this card, you could purchase it again and do the same steps. However, if you lose control of the territory, you lose the dice as well, and it goes back into the middle. These, when we were playing, because we're very cutthroat, these territories did not stay in our possession very long. So I'm guessing in a higher player count, it's probably even more volatile, but it kind of kept us even on the scoring, just taking him back. Anthony did win in the end because he was able to place his last colony, and that got him 2 points because not only did he take majority, he also placed his last colony, so that got him a point. So we were neck and neck the entire game until that. And I'm assuming that's how it is a lot of times in a 2-player game, because there wouldn't be as much room for the volatility if you're playing. I mean, unless you're playing a different strategy. Maybe we just play similar strategies. Okay, so the shipyard and the terraforming station are 2 things that you can do. If you want to obtain fuel, you could place any dice multiple, on the solar converter. For each dice that has a 1 or 2 value, you would get 1 fuel. A 3 or 4 value, you would get 2 fuels. A 5 or 6, you would get 3. So for each dice you place on there, you look at the value and you get that many fuels. And there's no limit. You could put however many you want. I do need to mention, in a 2-player game, there's many slots that are not available to us. If you see the 4-player meeple symbols, if you play games, you instinctively know what those mean. That means no on player counts lower than that. So there's a lot of slots that are not available to us to use, to make it makes it a little bit more difficult in the game to do certain things. Like the shipyard is basically almost filled up almost most of the time. We're building ships, so it kind of gets clogged up, but that is part of the strategy of the game. The orbital market, you see the equal sign, you have to put 2 dice that are equal to each other. So if you put 2 5s, you would, this to us wasn't very beneficial. We never used it, but if you had nothing else to do, you trade 1 gold for 1 ore. And so that's, to me, not very beneficial. And these are all, they have very nice player aids in this game. So that helps a lot so you don't have to memorize this. Let's see, it says dock 2 ships equal, trade fuel equal to the value of 1 dock ship for 1 ore. Trade as often as you like on your turn, or take 2 agenda cards if you're playing with agendas. We're not playing with the optional. There's agendas, factions, and outer belts. So there's even more to this game if you want to play with those. We're just playing the base game without those, but that does add replayability to this game, because you can add those optional variants onto it if you'd like to, once you have the basics down. The alien artifact, you could put 1 dice of any value to basically cycle or refresh the 3 alien tech cards that are face up. You would just put them over here in the discard, put 3 more up. You have to have dice equal or greater to 8. So if you could do it in 2 dice, great. 3, however many dice it takes you to add up to 8 or more, and you get to choose one of these cards face up and put them in your player area. These cards are yours to use once each turn. Some require you to pay to use them, some don't. You can only use each one once per turn. You can lose those cards. Anthony kept taking my good cards, so that was kind of a pain in my rear. Through the Raiders Outpost, you would have to have 3 dice, 3 dice that are sequential. So like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. And you could either take 4 resources from any number of players, so you don't have to take them all from the same player, or you could take one of their alien tech cards. And your cards are face up, so they pretty much know what you have. The lunar mine, it's pretty simple. You have to, whatever dice is there, so say there's a 3. If there's no dice, you can play any dice. Once there's a dice there, you have to play equal to or higher than the existing dice. So I would have to, Anthony or me would have to play a 3 or more. Then it goes from there. It has to be equal to or higher. We only have 3 slots available to us. These 2 are, we just need to pretend they're not there. For each dice you play there, you get 1 ore. And that you will need to have a balance of collecting ore and fuel. So, because the nature of this game is placing your colonies. And basically, I don't know if you've noticed, everything on here that gets you to that cost iron and fuel and ore. So you pretty much need to always have some handy. That's how you do a terraforming station. That's how you build ships, and it gets higher each ship that you build. It's only 1 for 1 on your 4th ship, which you start with 3. So your first ship costs you 1 fuel, 1 ore. If you build another ship and you already have 4 dice, it would cost you 2 and 2. If you already have 5 dice and you build another one, it costs you 3 and 3. The only way there's a discount is if you have the Herbert Valley territory. It's 1 less than normal if you're able to hold on to that territory. So you will need fuel and ore throughout the game to be able to progress in this game quickly. The colony constructor, you would need 3 dice of the same value.
And I would say that that's what pretty much benefited me in I won.
Yeah, he had 6 dice. So I only had 3 dice majority of the game because I kept building colonies through terraforming stations. I was losing a dice every time I did that because when you do that, it goes back here and you have to rebuild it. He was doing it here because he had more dice. So he was constantly, and he stole my card that allowed you to flip 1 dice to the opposite face. So that helped him to get 3 of a kind almost every time. So that's basically how he won the game. But you have to have 3 of a kind, and you immediately get to build a colony by paying 3 ore, which the cost is right there. So he would get to place, or me, on any of these territories you choose. If you have the majority, you take the territory, and you get one point for each colony you have there, and 1 point if you control territory. And that's what I like about this game. It's very easy to know how many points you should have, so you don't ever have to worry about, oh, did I not get my points? You just count your colonies and the number of territories you have, and that's how many points you should have. And then, of course, if you control this green field generator, that's an additional victory point. The last thing on here is the colonist hub. It's very simple. You notice there's 1 track. If you have a 4-player game, there's 1 for each player. There's only 2 available because there's 1 track for each of us. You place any dice there. It doesn't matter the total. For each dice you place, you get to start your colony on the track. If I place 2 there, it would go. So for each dice, it moves up 1 on this track. It has a total of 7 spots. So if you control the Asimov crater, if you place 2 or more dice in a turn, you get to move it an additional circle. So say I controlled this and I placed 2 dice and it was right here. So if I place 2 dice on this turn, I would get to move it at 3 instead of 2. So that's a good way to advance quicker if you possess that territory. And then when you get to the end, you could pay 1 fuel, 1 ore, and place this on any territory you would like. So as you can see, it's a very easy game. The mechanics are very familiar if you play a lot of games. The only thing different in this game, which I like, but I saw reviews of some people did not like that, but to me, it makes more of a cutthroat atmosphere. So if you like that, to me, it's better. You do not remove your dice at the end of your turn. You remove them at the beginning of your next turn. So any dice that I have placed down here, the person who goes after me, or people that go after me, will not be able to play on those spots. Those are basically off limits until I move my dice at the beginning of my next turn. So that's also a strategy you can use. If Anthony knows I really need to build a ship or whatever he knows I'm trying to get at, if he can block it, he will. Yeah. And this one, you can block people by playing a high number because they have to play equal or higher. So if you place a 6 there, they're not going to get any ore unless they... So there's a lot of different strategies you can play in this game. It just depends on what you're trying to do and kind of who you're playing with. You can kind of adjust your strategy accordingly. Like I said, the player aids, I do really like the player aids. one of the cards explains what all these, or actually what all these do. The other one tells you your turn summary, and on the back it talks about these fields. They do balance the game by player 1 doesn't get any resources. Player 2, which I'm player 2, and it has a player raid for each player. I gain one random alien tech card and an ore. I didn't do that when we were playing. So you got to look at your player aid and see what you get for whichever player count you are. It balances the game because, like I said, he won't be removing his dice at the end of his turn. He's the first player. So he has an advantage by going first. He's going to block me, obviously, on some things I won't be able to do. So to balance that out, I get to take an extra alien tech card and a fuel to help me balance it. And then each player aid tells you whatever player count you are is what you start the game with. And you figure that out. We just roll the dice to figure out who goes first.
All right.
Did I miss anything?
Nope.
So as you can see, it's a really easy game to learn. And you've got all these aids to help you, but most of the information is on the board. So you won't really need to reference the book that much, especially after your first game. I didn't go over these that much. I can go over them quickly. It tells you on the little card or board what it does. So this one is for the solar converter. So basically you get an extra fuel for each ship you dock. So you get you add 1 to whatever you would get here. The orbital market allows you a trading area ratio is always 1-to-1 when you use the orbital market. I thought it was always 1-to-1. I would have to look that up. Dock 2 ships of equal value. Trade fuel equal to 1 docked ship. Does that mean you only have to place one? I don't really understand that one. We would have to look that one up. Okay, so on this one, it's for the alien artifact. You could pay 1 less fuel than normal on each card you use. So it's for the alien tech card, sorry. So if one of them tell you to pay fuel or 2 fuels, like this one, you have to pay 2. This one you pay 1. You can pay 1 less. So that's a beneficial if you're using a lot of those cards. The Van Vogt Mountains, I'm probably totally butchering these names. The first ship you dock at the Lunar Mine, which is here, may be of any value. So that allows you to break that rule. So that's a good one to have.
And you'll notice that they indicate where they...
Yeah, they have you may not be able to see them in the video, but they've got these really faint dotted lines that also guide you. The board is really nicely laid out, and once you've got the mechanics down, you will not have to reference that book, which I enjoy, because that takes away from the game when you're constantly having to reference the book. And then the last one I didn't go over is the Bradbury Plateau. It's the colony constructor, and you can pay 1 less ore. And I already went over that one when I was going overview. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, that's the first one I went over. So we're going to get started. We will be telling you what we're doing while we're playing. So Anthony's going to go first. And we each start out with 3 ships.
All right.
So he's starting out at 6 on the lunar mine. So he's trying to stick it to me there. He got his 3 ore because he placed a 5. And then he can place any dice there to start his colonist hub track.
All right, your turn.
Okay, so now I'm going to roll my 3. Okay. So even though I have 2 of the same, I cannot do that there because it tells you on your card.
Can't below 3.
Actually, no, I can. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's a terraforming station.
Yeah.
So, duh. But I don't have the resources I need, and he blocked that.
Naturally blocked it.
So what I could do, if I wanted to, actually I couldn't do that. It would take too many dice. So basically he stopped me from being able to do that because he's a pain. So Um,
And this is why we're married.
So I'm going to go here, get my 2 fuel for my 4. And I guess, because I don't want to waste that on the orbital market. Let me see exactly. We never used it. Let me make sure I'm understanding that one correctly.
Which one?
Orbital market.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 1 for 1?
Yeah.
Well, what does this mean? Trading ratio is always 1 to 1. See, that's confusing.
Yeah. No, you have, so you remember if you have 2, you have to pay 2.
You must dock 2 ships of equal value to use the orbital market. While docked at the orbital market, you may pay
The dice
fuel
determines how much you
equal
have
to
to
the
pay.
value of one of your docked ships. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you get this one.
So if you placed the 6s, you'd have to pay 6 fuel to
Yeah.
get 1 ore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. See,
You don't remember that?
we never used it.
I used it once.
So my 1s, I would have 1 for 1.
Yeah.
So I think I will do that. I'll pay my 1 to get my 1 ore. So in this instance, it's worth it. But anything higher than that, it would not be worth it.
No.
Unless you had a lot of resources. And I did not mention this. You cannot have more than 8 resources. If you do, you have to discard them. And there is a card I saw here
Yeah.
where if someone has to discard resources because they have over 8, you get them if you have that card.
Ooh. Okay, so
Do you have 4 dice? You can't do that.
oh yeah.
So the terraforming station,
Forgot.
and it does say that in here. It doesn't say it on the card.
I will be doing this then.
But you can never go lower than 3 dice.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah, you cannot use a terraforming station. Doing so would reduce your fleet to fewer than 3 ships. So you always have to have the 3 default starter ships. And so that's why he could not do that. Okay, so he blocked me again. So you could see how first player has a huge advantage in this game because they can block a lot of things where you cannot get to them. Okay, so I need to roll my dice. Okay. So I'm going to put 1 there to get another ore. And might as well build up my resources while I'm blocked. And then I'm going to place this here to get one of my colonies started. So now it's Anthony's turn. Did you take 2 ore? Oh, wait, you only placed 1. Never mind.
Okay, so let's see.
You're so annoying.
Not my
So he
shit.
had to pay 2 and 2 because that's his 5th dice. And this is what he did to me last time. I could never get a ship because he was constantly on that space.
All right.
Okay, so okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this.
You sure do have a lot of resources.
Uh-huh. It's a good one.
The top one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do that and take that card. And you can use those right away. So pay 3 to move an opponent's ship to a different orbital facility and use it as if it were your own ship.
Wow, look at that one.
So let's see if I want to do that. It would cost me 3 fuel, but I could move any of his ships and place it as if it's my own ship. So basically, you're getting another opportunity. But would that benefit me?
My turn?
Hold on. I don't think that would benefit me at this time.
No.
But maybe in the future.
All right. Done?
Yes.
Read that one.
Discard and remove from the game to move all colonies in one territory adjacent territories of your choice. Wow. That's mean.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of those kind of cards come out when we were playing last time.
Mm-mm. Actually, let's put this. Let's see. Actually, 6, yep. Max is 8, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Okay. So this one. 6, 4, and 2. All right, so of course I didn't get doubles.
Oh,
I got doubles every time until oh wait, I can pay 1 to re-roll any number of unplaced ships. Should I roll 2 or should I roll all 3? I'm gonna roll all 3. I got lucky. So I got my doubles. It cost me 1 of each, and I get 1 of my ships. Okay, so I'm going to move my colony up.
My turn. Oops.
Right here.
No. No, except had 2 before and then once before. Okay, so let's see.
And he's maxed on his resources, so he can't really gain any more. So he gets to put a colony, so he gets 1 point. Can they see this tracker?
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets 1 point for his little colony, and right now he has control of Herbert Valley. He gets 1 point for that, controlling that. And now he will pay 1 less while he controls it for each of his resources, or each of the ships he builds. But I'm surprised he did that since he only has 1 more ship to build. But let's move in another 2.
Your turn.
Okay. And I get that ship that I just built. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the Raiders Outpost. 3, 4, 5. I get to take either 4 of his resources or a card. His card is lame, so I'm going to take his resources.
What's that put you up to?
8. And I'm done. Oh no, I have 1 more. Just going to move this. So you see, when he used that to place a colony, he lost that dice. So he's back to 4 dice.
Actually.
You pay 1 less.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, still have 1. See. All right.
So I have a lot of resources.
Sure do.
And I'm going to get one of the cards. Those are all pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I like all of them. This one would be a good one. And okay, so I have lots of resources. I'm going to pay 3 because I would have to discard them anyway to move his dice here to advance me. And then I'm going to place this here, gain 2 back. And then I'll place this one here to gain 1 more.
All right, my turn. So let's see. Those.
It'll cost you 2 and 2.
Oh yeah, I always forget. And then this one. Actually, I have. So I can do it.
That's what I would do. Wow, he's got a major advantage. Okay, so he's locking in his control of that. Okay, so grab my dice. I shed more than our dogs. Okay. So I'm going to advance this one too. Pay 1 ore, 1 fuel to place this. And I'm going to take control of that, so I'm up to 2. So I'm going to go ahead and pay the fuel and the ore. Put that in the maintenance bay. I'll be able to use that at the beginning of my next turn, hopefully. And because I know how he is. And let's see. I'll put this here to gain 3 more. And this here to gain 1. And let's see if I want to use any of my cards. Nah.
All right. Let's see your cards.
He loves stealing those cards. Anthony's a bully in this game. Which one did you take?
Okay.
So he took mine that allows me to re-roll any number of dice if I pay a fuel.
All right, your turn.
Okay.
Let's grab mine.
Oh man. I don't know. Where is this?
Oh.
Was it here?
And you're knocking these.
Was it here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I think it was.
No, they were here.
Oh yeah, they were. And I can, wasn't it 3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
That matters because if I have a higher, where was it? This one was up here, right?
Yeah.
If I have a higher numbers, like 4, 5, 6, I can bump his off into the maintenance bay and do that. So I get this one. Sorry about that. So as long as I control this, I have that relic dice. Okay. So,
Yeah, but you have to pay each time.
no, you don't. Purchase for on your turn. Return ship immediately if you lose control.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to do it each time? I think you keep it. If I read that correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
During your turn, you may purchase the relic ship for Orn, place the ship on the maintenance bay, and gather it with the rest of your fleet. Return the ship immediately if you lose control of this territory. The relic ship behaves exactly as any other ship in your fleet, except that it has no color, and anytime the ship will be returned to the shipyard, it goes there instead. Yeah, you keep it. You pay each time you lose it.
Yeah.
So if I used it for here, I'd have to pay again. Unfortunately, it's only a 5. But I am going to do this, pay my resources, and place one here. So I get to go up 2 more, right? 1, 2, 3. And you're at 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're tied. And then I'm going to go here, build another ship. It costs me, it's my 5th one, right? 2 and 2. And I have these left. So I'm going to put this here and gain an ore, and this here and gain. Actually, no, I'm going to go here and move up one of my colonies.
All right, turn.
Yep.
That Yeah.
Should have 5.
So let's see. Got this. These.
Okay, so he gets to pay resources to place that anywhere. I'm surprised you would just keep guarding that one.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Why am I helping him? Okay, so he goes up 2 more.
Yep.
Okay. And you're done?
Yep.
Gather all my dice. Did I have one here? I did, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put that back. Okay.
Oof, you almost got lucky. Actually, you did.
I don't have enough to build it.
Oh.
I couldn't get enough, though.
No, you couldn't.
No, I could.
There's only one slot.
I only need 1. One of each
3.
for here.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about a ship? What
No, I thought you were going to
that's,
do.
oh, that is 3 of a kind. Okay. Let's see what these cards do. Okay, so I'm taking that card and I'm going to use it. I can pay 1 per ship to move his out. Actually, no.
That doesn't go to maintenance pay.
Yeah, it does. But actually, no. That does not work for me. That won't help me either. So, might change my mind there.
Yeah, because we're used to.
Actually, I'll just do this and build a ship. Okay. That's probably smarter.
All right, my turn.
Did I pay? I paid, didn't I?
What?
Did I pay?
No.
Oh, I didn't have enough to do that. I don't have enough. I can't build a ship. I'm just going to do it here.
All right. Here. 3 5s. And
So he moves up 1.
here. And pay one of these. And so, oh, actually, see. Wait, where's the one that, advance your colony, 1 extra
You have
circle
to
each
place
turn.
2. Place 2 dice to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not doing that. All right, your turn.
So you're still doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or does that, did you just now place that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So. I'll take my card back. There's no limit to alien tech cards, is there?
Mm. Game is getting close.
I don't think there is, but I just want to make sure.
I don't think there is.
You can only use 1 discard power per turn. You can only use each card once per turn. You can only possess 1 of each copy of each one. If you acquire a duplicate card, place it in the discard pile. You may not use this discard power.
There's no limit.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Still your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to pay 1 to reroll. Take it. That was not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm just going to place them both here and move this guy up.
Okay, my turn. Let's see.
He goes up 2 more. Anthony's kicking my butt in this game. Can't seem to beat him at this game.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Wow.
No.
All these low numbers. Okay.
Well, you got enough for, no, you don't.
You block that.
Yep. That's right.
Okay, so let me make sure I don't need these 2 for. I'm gonna go here, pay my thing, and put that one back, please. And I go up 1. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Still kicking my butt, but that's way too much of an advantage. You can't have that one. Okay, so what to do?
She's getting analysis paralysis because she's losing.
I really have no chance, so I came to that conclusion. There's no chance, but not going to stop trying. Let's see what any of these cards do.
Oh my god. You're just going to collect all
Actually,
the
I
time.
don't have enough points, but I just want to see. Well, that's a good one.
You're just prolonging your demise.
Okay, so I'm going to... No, that doesn't help either. 1 there. Really, this is the only thing I can do.
Oh, actually, I had one there, didn't I?
Yeah. He's a bully. So he goes up 2. I have no chance of winning. It was a different game last time, and I realized our strategy before is better. Because you can see he's taken off. I have no chance. Before, we were preventing each other from getting the dominating a territory by constantly placing. So we barely could keep these territories. So that's the better strategy. But unfortunately, though, he's prevented me from even placing colonies, so I couldn't even do that if I wanted to.
Okay, do your turns.
Well, it's true.
Stop whining.
I'm not whining. I'm telling the truth. He's a bully. He rarely wins, so when he finds games he can win at, he just goes way overboard. All right, so...
Hey, I believe in total destruction.
I can't get any ore. See, that's the problem.
I know.
So
It does seem like a problem.
that's the one, I will say, that's the one flaw with this game.
Uh-huh.
I do think that's a slight flaw.
I'm sure you do.
It is. Okay, so... So I would pay how many?
That's our little puppy, if you can hear him walking around.
Okay, I'm gonna play this and take all of his whatever. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna pay 1 to reroll my ships. Did not work out, but I tried. Okay, so I'm going to pay And I'm going to put this here to advance that one.
My turn?
Mhm.
Oh, can you put that?
Wow, you're down to 3 dice again. Welcome to the peasants' land.
Your turn.
Okay, so grab all my dice. Oh, I did get a 6. So I'm gonna pay. And so it goes down 1 and I go up 1. And right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Yep. All right.
My turn?
Oh, I need to discard some resources, but I have over 8. I just wanted to take them away from you,
Alright,
make you work harder to win.
your turn.
Okay, so that goes back here. But I can spend 1 of each to get it back for next turn. Okay.
You need to roll.
Oh. Okay. I have resources, but nothing I can do with them. Problem. I'm playing more, basically offense than. Okay.
My turn. Game's over.
Okay, so he got 2, and he placed his last. Wait, what was it? No, I was looking at the green. Why do I keep thinking you're green? He placed his last. No, you didn't. You still have 1 left.
Wait, I had.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
The game's not over. He thinks it's over. So keep playing your things.
Swear I thought it was the last one.
Nope.
I don't know why I was looking at it.
I mean, he's won, but he didn't win this turn.
Alright, your turn.
Okay, so I have these and that one. Okay, so I can do this. So he goes backwards 1, I go up 1.
Grab him, yeah.
Oh, wait. what did you, oh, it's over here. I actually have a chance.
Yep.
I didn't think that was possible. Okay, so I go up 2, he goes back. Oh my lord, we're tied.
My turn?
I
Actually, you got
I didn't think that was possible. Okay, and let's see. I have 1 dice, so I'm going to do that.
All right.
Actually, well, you are still ahead of me because you have that advantage.
Your turn.
Okay. Back here.
You won.
Okay, so I still got this one. So, okay. Oh wait, I have.
Did you didn't grab your?
I haven't placed it yet. Okay, so I can transfer 1 point, but that takes both of my. How am I gonna do this? Because I need 1 and 1.
Okay.
I have to have this dice.
Oh, yeah.
I can pay 2 to transfer to make that a 6. That would be 1 1. Then that would get me gold. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, so I'm doing this, paying the 2, transferring. This is going to become a 1. This becomes a 6, and that uses this card. So I get 1 ore. I am doing this to get 1 gold. And I'm doing this to advance that one. This is here. And, oh wait, how many dice do I have? I do have 4 to make sure I have enough dice. Okay. What do I want to do? I go up 2.
My turn.
Yes. Wow. I made a good comeback. You might still beat me. But
Yeah, that's right here. That one.
okay, so I lose this. So I go back 1. No, we're tied.
How?
You don't get that. You don't have a majority. You would be tied.
Actually, no, I'm not getting that one. I'll go over here.
So I'm back up to 10. We're still tied. How does that work? Right? You have 8. Wait, no. Are we still tied?
No.
11. And I have. Oh no, you did beat me.
That was close.
That was a close game. I have made a good comeback.
There you
Like
go.
I was one
You were
turn
scaring
away.
me.
I was 1 turn away from beating him. I'm proud of myself. I thought I lost.
I thought you lost a long time ago mid-game.
And somehow I made a comeback. So
She prevailed just to lose again.
there's various ways to get around when they block stuff. So I get that that's not really a flaw if you play it. You just have to constantly change your strategy.
Yeah.
And there are different ways to obtain things. It's
Yeah,
just,
with your cards.
see, I had a lot of cards that helped me. If I didn't have all these cards, I would have been totally. No, there's no way. I would have been behind the whole time. But my cards help balance. And if I'd been able to play that one more turn, I would have definitely beat you.
So what did you think about the game?
So I really like this game. I would give this game a 9. I really like it. And we haven't even played with the optional ones yet. I could see how. I haven't read how they play because we just focused on learning the base game. But I would think they would add a lot, especially once. Because I feel we would need that because we now know how each other play on this base game. And I think it does need that. So it's good that they added those because it would make the strategy totally different. And the orbital thing gives you more options, it looked like.
Yeah.
So I think there's even more ways to get things. I don't really know how it works. But yeah, I definitely think this game is a solid 9.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 9 as well. I really like it. And you could come back even from the middle or towards the end like she did. She was able to play several. Pretty much elevates it because there is, where you can come back, where a lot of games you can't, even if you would know mid-game that you're losing and pretty much there's no way to come back. And she herself thought that. But
I thought I was done.
But then she got enough cards that could manipulate
and the
stuff.
Raiders Outpost.
Yeah,
that helped me to rob you of your resources.
Yeah.
That kind of put a wrench in your. That's how you were taken off. You kept getting all those resources.
I could have just used the card and got rid of one of my ships to get the resources, get it, and then do it faster. But it would cost me a ship, so I didn't know if that would have been beneficial. But there's so much strategy to this game.
Yeah.
It's very thematic. I love the little pieces, components are top notch. So replayability is really high because it has more components you can add into the game. So I really enjoyed this. It does have a little luck-based factor because of the roll of the dice, but not really because you have so many cards that can manipulate different things and there's many different areas you could go in. So really enjoyed it.
Well, like he said, these components are cute. The little colonies, they remind me of the little bubblegum, or not, the gumball machine type things that you put the quarter in. I guess they're still a quarter. They're probably 50 cents now.
Probably.
I haven't done one of those in forever. But
weren't they 5 cents when you were old?
They were a quarter. But you put the quarter in there and you get the little bubble things that have a prize in them. I mean, it's totally like junk you get. But when you're a kid, you don't care. It's just the prize. It's just exciting. But those remind me of those. So it's kind of like a nostalgia factor for me on those. And the components are really nice. The cards are nice. They have that, is it the linen?
Yeah. So,
yeah, I rarely, if you've watched our channel for a while, I rarely give games more above a 7. So a 9 for me is probably a 10 for someone else because I really did enjoy this game. Definitely, I would want to play this again. And I do want to factor in probably that orbital, what's it called? Yeah. Orbital, let me see what that thing is called again. I want to add that. Or outer belt. I definitely want to add that because it gives you another territory. So it just gives you more options. And then there's agenda cards.
Factions.
So we would need to read into those. But so that's 3 more options to this game. So we really enjoyed it. And it made it more fun. I actually enjoyed the fact that I was behind and I thought I was done. But I then realized I do have a chance. And when I got the Raiders Outpost is what balances the game because when there's someone like him that's just dominating, you rape them of their resources and that's what stops them in their tracks. I didn't realize that at first, and then so that kind of balances out the game, that Raiders Outpost, because you can see how he totally just bogarted the lunar mine. So it was just I was kind of stuck. But yeah, if you get lucky enough, it is luck-based in that sense. You do have to have a straight. But if you have enough cards, it allows you to if you have resources, you can manipulate in that sense. But yeah, I would definitely advise if you enjoy worker placement games,
take that.
Take that. This is a lot of take that. Checking out this game. We will put the link in the description. This is a great game. We never played the standard, just Alien Frontiers, but from watching the videos, I think this one is better, even though
Yeah.
it's basically very similar.
Yeah.
They did change a few things, and the components are cooler. So you should definitely check this game out. So did you have anything else to say? So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please give us a like. Feel free to leave a comment. We hope you're already subscribed. If not, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.